When it comes to environmental stewardship, there are all kinds of challenges cattle producers face as they work to care for the land and to leave a legacy for future generations. One by one, we're featuring the regional winners of the Environmental Stewardship Awards. And now, let's head to Region 2 and meet the winning family from Florida.
Centered on the convergence of the Hillsborough River and Blackwater Creek, Two Rivers Ranch has been in the Thomas family for more than 80 years. This cow-calf operation was started in 1932 by entrepreneur Wayne Thomas. Since then, it has grown to encompass 17,000 acres and includes timber and sod growing operations, as well as a hunting lease enterprise.
I'm the third generation, and my son is the fourth. My dad was 8 years old in 1932 when my grandfather, Mr. Wayne Thomas Sr., bought the first 7,500 acres. And of course, my dad just had a love of ranching and cattle, and that was all he ever wanted to be, was a rancher.
Just having the opportunity to take care and manage the land and look after all the livestock, something I've always wanted to do since I was a little boy. I'm really proud and blessed to be a part of the family and have an opportunity to do something like this.
As you look across the pastures, it's hard to believe that Two Rivers Ranch is on the doorstep of one of the nation's largest cities. Two Rivers is less than 20 miles from downtown Tampa and has over 7 million people living within 50 miles of its boundaries. In fact, a significant portion of the water that flows into Tampa comes directly from sources on this ranch.
Hillsborough River supplies pretty much about 90% of the city of Tampa's drinking water, 80 to 90%.
We have a very high profile here as a result of the importance of our natural resource. The integrity of our watershed and the fact that we are blessed with high quality water is a very important part of our business model here. So we have pure water from a pure place, and we plan on keeping it that way.
At Two Rivers Ranch, they've developed a unique way to help educate the public about water and land conservation. On their land, the Thomas family created an environmental education center called Crystal Springs Preserve.
Crystal Springs Preserve is a 525-acre wildlife preserve. It's at the northeast corner of Two Rivers Ranch, and we teach environmental education to over 50,000 students a year, kindergarten through college. It's been an amazing opportunity to enrich their science academics and also to help them understand the stewardship of the land.
We think it's a very reverent approach towards the management of the natural resources. Gives the public an opportunity to come in and enjoy the beauty of the river in the spring. Gives children a chance to learn about our most important natural resource, which is water.
In the late 1980s, the Thomas family found another beneficial use for the water on the ranch. They began bottling it for drinking, turning this natural resource into a valuable crop.
Upper Hills is the main spring water brand in the state of Florida. We bottle roughly 600,000 gallons a day of the spring water, through our spring that shoots out roughly 40 million gallons into the river on a daily basis.
Two Rivers Ranch uses proven land management techniques to enhance the cow-calf operation. The improved pastures are actively managed through controlled burns and seeding, while herds are limited and rotated so native ranges and multiple ecosystems are not overworked.
The cattle are in here for a period, try to graze it down, and then we move them to another area and let them graze that down. It gives us the ability to defer grazing. So we're grass farmers, essentially, and we move our cattle around and try to keep them in large groups, come into an area, utilize that forage in that area, and then vacate and rest that land for a while.
The Thomas family has demonstrated their commitment to protecting and improving the land upon which they make a living. And the goal is to continue the conservation efforts that were started generations ago.
I have some big shoes to fill. Fall after my dad and my grandfather and my great-grandfather. The history of our family has come so far and means a lot to me and a lot to a lot of people.
Stewardship is something that's been instilled in our family for the better part of the past century, and we take that as a sacred responsibility that we have not only to ourselves, but to our fellow man, and I'm certainly committed to it. There's a little bit of blood, a little bit of sweat, and a little bit of tears on just about every square inch of this place. We started out standing on the shoulders of giants, and hopefully someday somebody will say the same thing about us. That'll be great.